Ben Hogan was the 1949 winner of this week's AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Hogan was known for his iconic swing and fundamentals. Let's learn more in our Golf Channel Academy Coaches Series and welcome in Kelly Brook, owner and director of instruction at the Golf Channel Academy with Kelly Brook, with 3 locations in the New York metro area. It's Swing Basics Month, and you're going to help our viewers set up to the golf ball. Good to see you. And
you too.
What in the world do we have here? I got to shake this young man's hand.
Sam proves that you're never too old to play golf, I guess.
Sam.
Sam.
Got a name.
Yep.
I love it. We're going to get to this in a minute, but I got to ask you, you spent some time with Mr. Hogan himself, Ben Hogan.
Ben Hogan.
You took a lesson from him.
Well, it was a kind of a weird coincidence. We were playing golf at his golf course. I teed off on the 10th hole, came walking up the fairway with his one club, and he stopped and he proceeded to give me a half-an-hour lesson. It was an awesome experience, one I'll never forget.
So let's talk about posture, all right? And before we get into posture, you want to talk about width of stance first. So let's get into that.
So one thing Mr. Hogan told me was that, you can't repeat your swing unless you have the good fundamentals. Okay. And if it's not repeatable, you're not going to score. So we talked about the width of the stance. We want your width of your stance to be athletic. Everyone's a little different. You've got very long legs. I've got shorter legs. I've got a longer torso. You want your stance to be athletic. So wherever that is for you, that's where it is. This is kind of like playing net in tennis or shooting a free throw. I'm not too wide. I'm not too narrow. So whatever is comfortable for your body type.
So we're engaged with our body, our legs, our bigger muscles. We're athletic. Now we got to tilt, right? And this is where Ben comes in.
This is where he comes in.
Okay.
So basically, most golfers at the beginning bend over at the stomach, and we know that in the if we think of a skeleton, we have vertebrae in our spine, and these vertebrae need to be lined up. If you bend over at the stomach, a couple things are going to happen. Your vertebrae are going to get jammed together, your chin's going to drop in your head and your chest, and basically you're just not able to make a good turn, and we know we need to turn about 80 to 85 degrees. So maintaining a proper spine angle in life and in golf is so incredibly important. What we want to think of is, you can see the pelvis here. Just like in yoga we do a forward bend, same thing in golf. We want to tilt at the pelvis where your leg attaches to your hip rather than bend over. So if I tilt him over, we're going to tilt to the proper amount, which is about 20 degrees. And then the next thing is you want to feel like you've got a hook in your head, and you need the space for your chin. All
right, so we're tilting more from the pelvis.
Right.
That's keeping the spine more in line. I see that with the club now, and I'll take Ben. Ben, you're going to come over here with me.
So again, the first thing we do is we find that perfect width for your body type, wherever you're most athletic, and your weight's on the insides of your feet. And then I have my students stand straight up, thinking of the skeleton. And then I have them push on their pelvis and tilt over to about 20 degrees, give it a little teeny flex in the knees so your knees are over the balls of your feet. Now I move my body around until I feel perfectly balanced, and now I'm able to make that 80 to 85 degree turn.
Very nice.
Because, again, my vertebrae were lined up versus bent over.
Okay, so when you see the bad posture, as you were demonstrating with Ben, where it rounds out, how does that affect the turn? Oh,
so many bad things happen. You know, 99% of the problems in the swing come from either a bad grip, as we discussed yesterday, or bad posture. So if your spine is rounded over and your vertebrae are locked, you can't make a good turn. That's going to probably lead to taking the club inside too far. And we know once we get that club inside too far, we're going to come over the top, smother, hook it to the left.
Let's see one more good one here. Good posture.
Good posture. So I try to get a feel for how far to stand. I have my good base, as Ben Hogan wants me to have. I get my grip. I stand up. My vertebrae are straight. I push that tailbone out at the pelvis. Bend my knees so they're over the shoelaces. I feel my balance. Now I'm able to make my 80 to 85 degree turn. And that's the result.
Great stuff.
Great.
Straight from Mr. Hogan. Stance, good tilt, good turn. You got to love it. We'll be posting new tips with Kelly all week long on the Golf Channel Academy Facebook and Twitter pages. And to book a lesson with Kelly or find a coach near you, go to golfchannelacademy.com.